Greetings, 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 brothers and sisters. Greetings. First and foremost, we must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing His word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters are truly edified by tonight's word. And we're going to name this word, "The works of the flesh will disqualify you of eternal salvation." Say it again. The name of tonight's word is called "The works of the flesh will disqualify you of eternal salvation." All right. In this spiritual walk, man, when you leave the world and you start living according to the Bible, you start living a spiritual, law-abiding citizen lifestyle, the ultimate goal is eternal salvation, man. That's the ultimate end goal. In other words, you want to do everything totally opposite of the world. When you was in the world, you was in the dark. You didn't know better. But once your eyes is open, you're no longer in the dark. You're in the light, which means you know better, so you do better. And part of knowing better and doing better is doing the things of the Spirit, not the things of the flesh. Because when you get caught up in the works of the flesh, you will disqualify yourself, okay, of eternal salvation. And a lot of us do it all the time and clueless to the fact that you are drawing yourself further away from the Lord when you're supposed to be drawing closer to the Lord. So in today's word, we're going to speak about carnal-minded versus spiritual-minded. You either in the flesh or you either in the spirit. All right. What is a carnal-minded? A carnal-minded individual, it would be someone that's focusing on pleasing the flesh. There's no spirit intent in you. Your whole mindset is about pleasing the flesh. And pleasing the flesh is what's going to get you disqualified. That's what's going to get you denied of Yahweh's kingdom. It's going to get you disqualified of eternal salvation. So carnal minded in Romans 8:6, it speaks about being carnally minded and being spiritually minded. Okay, spiritually minded is having a lifestyle, walking in a spiritual manner, waking up others and giving them a lift and a boost in the spirit, okay, to walking in the path of the Lord. That's a good example of being spiritually minded. You see, you living and walking in the spirit of Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahushua. And at the same time, you lifting up and boosting others in the spirit to walk in the same path you walking, which is in the spirit. You see? Brothers and sisters, we're going to come to you tonight in Galatians chapter 5, verses 19 through 21. What you see on the screen, okay, is witchcraft. All right? Witchcraft is something that's very known to those in the spirit. But those that are fleshly minded, you are clueless to the effect, to the detriment of witchcraft. Witchcraft is being played out on these TV shows, on these songs that you see, these social media outlets, the movies. Pretty much it's everywhere, man, in plain sight. Witchcraft is being entertained in all walks of life, man. And that's one of the main works of the flesh that will disqualify you of eternal salvation. In other words, you have individuals that invest heavily in witchcraft, man. You got them in your family. You could be in a relationship with somebody that's doing witchcraft on you. Yeah, man, you better heighten up your spiritual senses And pay attention, man, to the works of the flesh, because that's something you do not want to find yourself caught up in. But without further ado, in Galatians 5 verse 19, it reads, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness." Okay, so in Galatians 5 and 19, the first thing it talks about what is the works of the flesh. What are the works? The works would be the acts, the deeds. Okay, the works of the flesh would be the sensuous, earthly nature of a man, being apart from divine influence, which in turns makes him prone to sin and go against the Lord, which means he's operating in a carnal spirit. So we're going to get into the works of the flesh. What are examples of the work? It says the works. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. So in other words, the works of the flesh, the acts and deeds, okay, of a carnal-minded spirit individual is plainly recognized and made known. So that means you see it. It says adultery. That's running rampant today. You don't want to find yourself dealing with that. Fornication, another one. Uncleanness, lasciviousness. Verse 20, it speaks about what? Idolatry. Witchcraft. Let's stop there. Again, what you see on the screen, this is witchcraft at its finest. And what is witchcraft? Witchcraft is another word for sorcery. Witchcraft is another word for black magic. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of sorcery. It's a lot of black magic happening in plain sight. And most people are clueless to that. If you find yourself indulging in witchcraft, man, you are lining yourself up to be denied to the kingdom of Yahweh, man. It says idolatry in Galatians 5 and 20. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred. That's another one, man, which is enmity. I've never seen a time where we hate each other so much the way we do, man. But hatred will deny you the kingdom of Yahweh, man. And we at an all-time high when it comes to hatred, man. I've never seen so much hatred ever, my dude. It says variance. What is variance? Variance is contention, strife, and drama. And amongst one another, we have that going on. Contention, strife, and drama. You cannot find yourself leading to the path of eternal salvation if you entertaining any of these works of the flesh that I'm speaking on. Witchcraft, hatred, variance, man. It says in Galatians 5 and 20, emulations. It also says wrath. What is wrath? Impulse and outbursts of anger. You have that going on with family and friends, siblings, spouses, co-workers, neighbors. You have this wrathful spirit, man. These are the examples of the works of the flesh that will disqualify you of eternal salvation. It says strife, seditions, heresies. You see? Verse 21, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings. Okay? So let's look at envyings in verse 21, Galatians chapter 5. Envyings is also one of the works of the flesh, which is being spiteful, jealous, and envious. Okay? Envying is another word of feeling of extreme displeasure. Do we not experience that? Is it not a lot of that going on? Absolutely, man. It says murders. It says drunkenness, which is intoxication literally and spiritually. And you look all over Israel, we are drunk literally, and we are drunk intoxicated spiritually, man. And when you find yourself in that state, all you doing is lining yourself up to be disqualified of eternal salvation, man. It says envying, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in the past, that they which do such things shall not inherit, shall not partake, okay, the kingdom of Yahweh. You see that? So when you operating in the works of the flesh, which is all I just demonstrated to you, you will not be able to partake of eternal salvation in the Lord's kingdom, man. So again, man, the works of the flesh will disqualify you of eternal salvation, man. So at the end of the day, you do not want to find yourself carnal-minded, pleasing the flesh. You want to meditate and always try to find yourself spiritually minded, walking in a spiritual manner. And as you walking, you waking up others and giving them a spiritual lift, giving them a spiritual boost till they walking to the path of the Lord. And you going to be straight, man. That's all I got for you this evening. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were truly, truly edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Stay prayed up and keep Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, first in everything that you do, man. Word.